Imagine hitting the open road, your food staying perfectly cold, even at highway speeds. Your laptop getting a full charge, no shore power needed. Can one compact fridge truly deliver that freedom? We're about to find out. We'll test it in a motorhome and a Subaru Crosstrek as well as outside. I'm using the Explorer Bear UR45W with its unique clip-in URB battery to bring you real-world results you can copy. Plus, I found a simple routine that dramatically extends run times and stabilizes temperatures. Stick around to the end for that game-changing tip. Let's start with what you get and what you might expect but won't find. Inside the box, you'll discover the fridge itself, an AC power cable, 110 to 240 volt for shore power or an inverter, and a DC cable for your 12 to 24 volt vehicle. Of course, the manuals are in there too. The battery bay is neatly built into the side. Now, what's not included? A DC 5521 solar lead cable. So if you're planning on solar, grab a compatible DC 5521 cable or adapter and use an external MPPT solar controller between your panel and the fridge or battery. Also, no ice packs, no extra baskets, just a fridge, so plan your internal storage. The big question, can this thing run on 12 volt only and actually perform? My demos were done in real world conditions, in my motorhome and in my Subaru Crosstrek. That means vibration, variable airflow, and tight spaces were all part of the experience. The car and outdoor runs were 12 volt exclusive. In the motorhome, I used both AC and 12 volt. Ambient temperatures this month ranged from 60 to 80 degrees Fahrenheit. I placed a few water bottles inside to give the compressor some thermal mass. A light real-world load. For data, I used an independent thermometer probe. My golden rules: open the door briefly and only when necessary, and keep the unit level with clear vents. These small choices make a huge difference, and more than most people realize. So let's talk about connections and critical airflow. On the outside, you have AC and DC ports, plus a DC 5521 solar input for direct panel use with the right cable. The handles are robust for a two-person carry. The lid hinges firm, and the gasket seals tightly all around. The display and controls are conveniently located on the side of the unit for easy reading. Here's a critical tip. Keep bags, jackets, and curtains away from those vents. Free airflow equals free efficiency. Suffocate the vents, and you suffocate your cooling. Operating this fridge is intuitive. The front panel has your power key, temperature up and down, a mode key for eco and turbo, and settings or lock function. A long press powers it on or off. Set your target temperature with the up and down keys. Each tap adjusts by a degree. Use turbo for rapid pull down when you first load it with room temp items. Switch to eco for steady cruising. It's quieter and sips less power. Lock the controls to prevent accidental changes with another long press. You can also toggle between C and F, centigrade and Fahrenheit, in the settings. If you ever see a warning or an error, check for a low input voltage or blocked airflow first. Clear power and clear vents solve most issues. Is the interior actually usable space? The answer, yes. The lid gasket is uniform. There's an interior light, and it even includes a drain for easy cleanup. I positioned my independent probe at mid-height. I also tried it at the bottom and the top, clear of the walls and the top door. This avoids false readings. You don't want it too cold near the cooling coil or falsely warm from a puff of room air when you open the lid. Good probe placement gives you trustworthy numbers. Core tech matters. This unit uses an LG compressor. Warranty coverage, 3-year warranty, with the compressor specifically highlighted by the Explorer Bear, and a 1-year warranty on the detachable UR-B batteries. Confirm terms of your exact bundle at purchase. How fast does it go from room temperature to food safe on 12 volt? With a light load of cold water bottles, pull down to a common 37 degree Fahrenheit set point is brisk. Expect a brief undershot and a small rebound as the compressor cycles. That's normal and settles quickly. My early impressions on 12 volt with clear vents showed the compressor working hard to hit the set point, then backing off. Noise is not noticeable and not distracting. Sitting a few feet away in the motorhome, normal conversation was very easy. Can the clip-in battery really keep the fridge cold and charge your devices? The UR-B packs are around 170 watt hours each and click positively into their bay. Treat them like any other lithium pack. Keep contacts clean and seat them fully. In my runs, swapping packs while also connected to DC or AC powers did not interrupt cooling. Swapping on battery-only power works smoothly too, but ideally swap when the compressor isn't at full tilt. Manage expectations and runtime manufacturer claims are often ideal. In mild, real-world use with a light load and disciplined door habits, I plan for around 18 hours per pack. Warmer weather, frequent openings, or colder set points will reduce that. Shade, good airflow, and calm door habits will extend it. Yes, it can charge devices. The URB battery module includes a USB-A and a 60-watt USB-C port. I charge my PC laptop over the USB-C, my phone via USB-A, while the compressor cycled. It worked perfectly. Just remember, every watt used for devices is a watt not saved for cooling, so charging will shorten battery runtime. Switching between AC, DC, and solar is straightforward. Plug the included AC cable into the shore power or your inverter. For DC, plug into a solid 12-volt socket, or better yet, run a fuse line directly from your house bank to prevent voltage sag. For solar, the DC 5521 input lets a suitably cabled panel feed the system and charge the URB while running. Important note, there's no built-in MPPT controller, so if you want maximum solar harvest, you'll need an external MPPT controller between your panel and the fridge or battery. Does the temperature you set truly reflect what you get inside? My snapshot checks consistently showed the independent probe tracking was about 12 to 14 degrees off. So I normally kept it about 19 degrees to get it at 33 degrees Fahrenheit. That's exactly what you want. Fast recovery after brief openings and no large temperature spikes. If you pack containers too tightly or press them against the walls, you'll see wider swings. Give the internal air a little room to circulate and your numbers will smooth out. What about noise and vibration in a small space? In extended use, the motorhome noise was insignificant and not annoying. Think of a soft fan hum, but I really didn't hear it. Pull down felt strong on 12 volts. Once at target, the temperature stayed steady. My early power notes are clear. Level placement and open vents mattered more than anything except for ambient heat. Parking in shade with good airflow around the vents meant the compressor cycled less and recovered faster. These same rules apply in a car or tow vehicle. Keep vents clear and use the proper 12-volt socket that won't sag. If your accessory socket shuts off with ignition, either use a URB battery pack to bridge short stops or install a dedicated fuse line directly from your battery for continuous parking power. So here's the game-changing tip I told you at the beginning. The simple routine that gave me the absolute best results for steady temps and maximum runtime. Start in turbo mode from room temperature with the lid closed and a light thermal mass inside, like those water bottles. As the readout approaches within a couple of degrees of your target, switch to eco mode to reduce draw and noise. To keep your set point at the mid-high 30s, I put it about 19 degrees Fahrenheit for safe refrigeration. Place your probe mid-chamber, not touching the walls. Place your items that must stay coldest in the bottom zone, closer to the evaporator side, which tends to run a bit cooler. Leave a few inches of space around the vents. Open the lid only when you're ready to grab exactly what you need. This routine delivered the steadiest temperatures and the most practical runtime for me. How to manage your batteries day after day. If you're stationary with sun, connect the panel through that DC 5521 port with a compatible cable. Slow or even reverse battery drain. Remember, there is no internal MPPT, so panel choice and conditions matter. When mobile, run on DC from your house bank or a solid vehicle feed. Use the UR-B batteries as a bridge for errands or quick stops when you power the coach or a vehicle down. Swapping packs is easy. Aim to swap when the compressor isn't in a heavy cycle if you can. If you can only take away 3 things from this video, make them these. Airflow is everything. Don't block those vents and keep the unit level. Turbo, then eco. Use turbo for the initial pull down, then eco for the cruise. Give it room, let the interior breathe. Use a couple of cold water bottles as a thermal ballast to smooth out temperature swings. With those habits, 12-volt performance in 60 to 80 degree Fahrenheit conditions felt confident, noise stayed manageable, and temperature set right where I set them. If this video helped you, consider subscribing so you don't miss any follow-ups, and check the description for links for the exact gear I'm using. This Explorer Bear unit is quiet and keeps everything cold. It's easy to charge, and I would buy it again. Safe travels.